going on, boxing fans? It's Julian Williams with the distance. I'm here to actually give you another fantasy matchup for the day. I meant to give you this one earlier, but YouTube was doing some maintenance, so I wasn't able to do this video. But anyway, it's another fantasy matchup, and I encourage everyone to send me fantasy matchups. I actually have about 3 in my box right now, 3 other ones in my box right now that I will analyze next week. And I'll have another one that I'll analyze tomorrow, actually. So anyway, this matchup is Prince Naseem Hamed versus Manny Pacquiao at 126. Overall, I think this is a pretty decent matchup. It's a decent matchup because one, Prince Naseem is a right-hand dominant fighter. Pacquiao's had trouble with right-hand dominance, one being Juan Manuel Marquez. So that's probably the biggest advantage in this matchup. Is the fact that he is right-hand dominant, and Naseem is right-hand dominant, but and he's a bit unorthodox, of course. But with Manny Pacquiao, I think in this fantasy matchup, you got to think of the speed. One, the speed, the power in both hands, and the overall, pretty much the high volume of punches that he threw at 126. And Prince Naseem, was the type of fighter that he was so unorthodox that a lot of people just couldn't compete with him, man. That's pretty much how he was. Really not much. I did have a video on Prince Naseem last week. If you haven't seen the video, then be sure to check it out if you can. But overall in this matchup, I see Prince Naseem, pretty much probably get knocked down a couple times in the first 2 rounds by Manny Pacquiao, and getting up and having a stronger showing. With Prince Naseem, Prince Naseem will put himself into all kinds of troubling scenarios. He would actually, some like in the Kevin Kelly fight, he would get caught up on the ropes. He would move right into the ropes. Sometimes with Prince Naseem, he didn't really know where he was going. He didn't really pay attention to where he was going, and then somehow he just landed on the ropes. And that could be trouble against a Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is a fighter who throws a lot of punches, and a lot of them land. So and especially with due to the fact that Prince Naseem used to have his hands down all the time. He fought with his hands down, and the way he would evade shots was very unorthodox. He didn't really have that good a defense. He was just kind of just simply move back. You can't do that in the sport of boxing. You can't just move back and expect to evade shots. You have to have an actual defense. A style or a guard that will cover up. So punches can't get through, because when you don't have a guard and your hands aren't up, you can't really depend on your chin, because anybody could get caught right on that chin, and anybody can go down for the count. So and for Prince Naseem, I see him kind of working behind the right jab, doing a few 1-2s, moving around the ring, circling, and pretty much just firing off that straight right hand that he likes to fire off, and do a few of those things like slip a few shots, just move around the ring. But really, in this matchup, I just see at 126, I think Manny Pacquiao would knock out Prince Naseem probably in the 9th round, maybe. Probably the 9th round if it goes that far, because I think Manny Pacquiao, even though Manny Pacquiao at 126, is not the Manny Pacquiao that we see now. I think that he does have the firepower, and he does have the speed to give Prince Naseem trouble. If Marco Antonio Barrera was able to give Prince Naseem trouble, then best believe Manny Pacquiao would be able to give Prince Naseem trouble, especially due to the fact that he is fast. He is able to move in and out very well. And Prince Naseem was, technically flawed, to be quite honest, because he did keep those hands low. You know, there were times, with Prince Naseem when, like I said, he would just put himself into odd situations, like in the Kevin Kelly fight and in the Marco Antonio Barrera fight. He just really, he just doesn't have the type of style to defeat a fighter who's gonna apply constant pressure, and who actually has a good chin, like Manny Pacquiao. I do see Prince Naseem landing a few shots on the chin of Manny Pacquiao. Because at that time, Pacquiao did get hit he did get hit quite a bit at that weight, but at the same time, Prince Naseem would probably get hit as well. Kevin Kelly knocked him down. And Marco Antonio Barrera gave him trouble and stuff like that. But I think Manny Pacquiao at 126 beats Prince Naseem by knockout in the 9th round. That's just my personal assessment of this fight. Prince Naseem was a great fighter, or was a good fighter, good but not great. But he was technically flawed, and I think the fact that he was unorthodox, he got away with a lot of those flaws. But with Manny Pacquiao, I don't think he gets away with those flaws. So I'm gonna go with Manny Pacquiao 9th round knockout. But anyway, that's the distance. Thanks for watching. I encourage you to send me a fantasy matchup, and I'll break it down and analyze it on video. Thanks for watching. Peace.